Hello my puppets, welcome to your yoga mat, and thank you for taking a little bit of time to do some yoga with me. I'm so grateful that we have the ability to do things like FaceTime, YouTube, and all of the different technologies that allow us to reach out to each other. And from my dragonflyers, thank you so much for just all this constant communication. I think I am busier now than I was at Dragonfly, with just all the phone calls, the text messages, the emails. It's been, for all the awfulness of all of this, it's been beautiful to see what's come through on the other side. So welcome to your chill practice. This is titled Supple Shoulders, and we're just going to do a little sequence just to stretch into the shoulders and of course the neck as well. And as always, I think when we come to our yoga mats, there's just an overall sense of the whole body having been attended to by the end of our practice. So let's just take a moment to settle in, to center. And this can be where you allow yourself that you don't have to watch me. You can just let your eyes close, let me just be your guided voice. And let's take a moment just to breathe in and to breathe out. And you know what? From your energetic energy world, if we have an intention that as we take that breath, we're breathing together, there's just a lovely sense of community behind this blank screen of ours, right? So as I breathe in, you breathe in, and as you breathe in, I breathe in. And there's our energetic connection for this little bit of time on our yoga mats together. Let's sweep the arms all the way around, lift the gaze and bring the hands to heart center. This is always a lovely way to remind us that we're having a heartfelt moment, a sincere moment on our mat. And in this being our opening ceremony of practice, how lovely just to let yourself meet and greet yourself here. You've taken all the effort to step away from family or just to travel to another part of the home to find a little space for yourself. You've made the commitment to come to your yoga mat, to tune into a practice with me, and I love you for that. But now here is just your time to now help yourself drop into the yogi that's sitting here on the mat. So a conscious breath, and let's just consciously soften the mind, even the forehead holding busy thoughts. Find another giant-sized breath in. And gently bow chin to chest, mind down to the heart. And just a little namaste moment for yourself, with yourself. Okay guys, for today's class you're going to want a couple of big pillows to be able to sit up on in a little bit, and maybe a nice long pillow that you'll be able to drape yourself over when we come towards the end of practice. Maybe put me on pause while you go and grab all of that stuff, and I'll wait here for you. So let's get a comfortable seat. Let's start to move through some of our cats and our cow poses. Falling back into the back to round the spine, to stretch across the spine, and to scoop and lift through and up for that cow back. Let the chin travel to its furthest point. And as you round back, draw the chin in to its closest point. Scoop and breathe in as you lift up, and round and exhale out as you press back. This creates a lovely moving meditation where the breath and the body kind of get to dance together, finding each other's rhythm. Remind yourself, guys, there's no rush here. We've got nowhere to necessarily be, and we've dedicated this time to right here, right now. So let that reflect with your movement, with your body, with your breath. Time to get into all the nooks and crannies, all the little corners within the movement. Let's go for one or two more. Then as you're ready, we'll just start to bring ourselves back through center. No rush or hurry to get there. The beauty with the video is that you can always put me on pause. Let's use some belly muscle. Sit back onto your bum. See if you can lift those feet from the floor. This is some nice core strength here. Switch the feet around so that that bottom foot becomes your top foot. And just travel back into a comfortable seat. From here, let's interlace the hands together. Turn the palms away and out from you. Feel that stretch run down the arms. Nice and easy with your shoulders. Try not to hike them. And we'll slowly breathe those arms up. You'll get to where you get to. It just depends on your shoulder flexibility. Let the shoulders stay dropped. Don't hike them up. Let them relax. Sometimes you have to tell them that a couple of times. A nice big breath. Let your gaze lift to the ceiling. Feel the power of this. Feel the body opening up. Feel the breath go a little bit deeper. And then we'll release those hands, guys, and sweep them all the way around you. Interlace those hands together behind you and slowly extend those arms all the way down to the floor. This is where some of us discover we've got short arms because we don't get anywhere near the floor. I'm pretty short-armed here. Some of you have got positively orangutan arms right now, and you not only reach the floor, but you're running out of room there. So you could always try and reach your hands out behind you. And that also increases your stretch a little bit more. Potent here, so take a big breath. Don't let the body panic. And then as you're ready, release, breathe out. Let the arms sweep all the way up, palms connect. Pause here. Let the head find center. Inhale, lift the head up. And exhale, sweep the arms out, sweep the arms down, let the chin lower to the chest. Be aware you're keeping the rest of the spine nice and tall. Inhale, scoop, lift up. Exhale, sweep, come down. So again, you don't have to stay in my time. You can find your own rhythm. There's no rush with these movements. What you're trying to let yourself do is just kind of have a guided instruction and then just take it off as yours and make it your own. This is dedicated to my friend Jules. Jules was requesting some shoulder and neck. So my lovely, this is for you. Hopefully a little divine shoulder work. As we breathe in and lift the body, feel the sides of the body get long, and as we breathe out, those arms come all the way down, chin lowers down. 1 or 2 more. As your arms come up, let's use the breath to bring the hands down in front of the heart. Use the belly muscles to help you sit tall, and maybe a prop under the bum for a little bit more support here. Nice easy breath in. Let yourself have this moment just to feel all the responses coming back at you, all the sensation coming back at you. Then from here, guys, we're going to travel around into tabletop. If you don't have a nice cushioning underneath you, grab something for a little bit more support so that the knees don't get bothered hanging out here. All right, some more cat and cow work. This is a wonderful movement for the theme of shoulders and neck, to really let yourself get into your neck and shoulders. So you could always watch for a moment just to see up on screen the cow pose with my chin lifted, my tailbone lifted, my shoulder blades drawing in. It's a beautiful squeeze into the back body there. As I go into my cat back, I can really let my head hang heavy. I can really press and spread my shoulders. And again, just your own rhythm, your own groove. Let's go for 1 or 2 more of these, guys. Working back through center as you're ready to get there. From here, we're going to thread the needle. Threading the needle is a beautiful movement for the shoulders, but let's go mindful. So let's start with our right arm. And we're going to send the right arm through and behind its left arm. We're going to keep sliding that arm and slowly lower down to the shoulder, down to the ear. If this was too far for you to go, this is where I love the pillows. Most of you guys know this. And you would just come down onto your pillow to rest. Okay, your left arm, the arm that you're not resting on, is going to reach out and away from you. Then you're going to start to float that arm all the way up to the ceiling. Now, can you start to very gently turn the shoulder, bend at the elbow, and take this hand maybe to the lower back. You won't be able to see it, but maybe you can wrap your hand around to that right inner thigh. Now just let yourself drop into this. There's not much else to do. So as the yogi, we fall into the meditation of sensation, of breath, and just letting everything else fall away. So the brain just processes this moment. You're wringing out the shoulders, guys, particularly with that bind. You're putting some nice weight down into this right arm. The neck gets a beautiful stretch. Now let's use breath. Let's slowly unwind this left arm kind of the way it came down. Press into the hand to lift you back up and into your tabletop. From tabletop, maybe just integrate with a couple of cat and cow moves. We're going to do the other side. So now send your left arm all the way through. Try not to sit back. Try and stay right in your tabletop and keep lowering down. Maybe grab your pillow.
The right arm reaches out long, and then we slowly float that arm up all the way around, maybe to our lower back, maybe around to that left inner thigh. Here we have that opportunity to wring out the shoulders, to put a little bit of weight down into this left arm, and a beautiful stretch along the neck. Time for a whole cycle of breath. Then let's breathe this arm all the way slowly up. Give the shoulder time to turn. Push the hand, the palm into the floor to help press you up. Go easy. And then just start to move through your cats and your cows as a ways just to integrate, to help blend in all that movement. One or two more. As you're ready, make your way back to center. From center, guys, we're going to come into our child's pose. So let's take the knees out nice and wide. If you're using your mat, either side of your mat, your big toes are going to touch, and you can drop your bum down onto your heels. This is a great conditioning for your child's pose. Here, connecting the bum to the heels, or if you find that you only go so far, use your pillow to sit your bum on. Climb yourself out, climb yourself all the way down, letting your forehead come into the floor or into a pillow or even onto fists if your head doesn't reach the mat. Let's take a moment just to breathe into child's pose. Let the shoulders relax. Let your arms extend out if they're not. And we're going to take a stretch, a side stretch. Creep around to your left side. Try and keep your bum still on the pillow and just take your hands, your arms as far around as you can. All right, now can you let your head come down to the floor? If you want a little bit more, bring your right hand on top of your left hand. We'll breathe. We'll walk all the way through center, around to our left side. Try and keep the bum sitting back on those heels. Can you bring your left hand on top of your right hand? Nice big breath, guys, and we'll walk back through center. From here, we're going to transition out and down onto our belly into our Sphinx pose. Legs are rooted. I know I kind of get cut off either end, but that's all right. Legs are rooted, arms are rooted. Hug the elbows in and sit them underneath your shoulder. Hands, fingers pointing straight out in front of you. Those hands are as far apart as your shoulders are. So if I show you from the front point, you'll look like this. Okay. Could you do a little lift, tiny little lift? Keep looking out in front of you to keep the spine beautifully tall. It might be a lot to try and lift yourself up from the floor. And if it is, that's awesome because you can feel yourself doing the conditioning work here. This is a great way to build tricep strength, guys. So how about one more? And then splay those arms out. Pillow top your hands and let your forehead rest on that top hand. Let's build back into Sphinx. And this time, see if you can lift a little bit higher. No crunching in the lower back, just pure extension. Chest beaming out, chin looking up. Breathe. Yes, it's strong here, guys, so don't be surprised if you feel that kind of response. Don't shy away from it. It's a good movement to build those back muscles, those shoulder muscles, but no stress anywhere. Let's ease back down through Sphinx. Splay the arms back out, pillow top the hands again. Bring the forehead to the floor, but this time bend into the knees and we're windshield wiping those feet side to side. As you're ready, bring yourself back through center. Slip the fingers underneath the shoulders. This is a strong movement here as we pull the belly in and push ourselves up into our tabletop. From tabletop, guys, we're going to come around into a seated. And here you kind of want to make quite a big seat for yourself. I'm going to sit sideways to you so that you can see my movement. Up on this big cushion, it should allow you to take those feet out pretty wide. Again, if you're using your mat, to either side of the mat. If you don't have your mat, you're just taking it wider than your hips. And this is our seated squat pose. Now, we'll let the hands just dangle off of the knees, so that the fingers can relax, the wrists can just release here. Let your spine grow nice and tall and know that those belly muscles are working to help us here. Let's breathe. Slowly let the head turn. It doesn't matter which way it turns. Keep the shoulders facing forward. And just let the neck turn as much as it can comfortably. And then with a breath, let's come back through center. Nice and slow over to the other side. And then bring yourself all the way back to center. Let's tilt an ear to a shoulder. You might well feel this one as the stretch kind of runs up the opposite side. And then breathe the head up and over to its other shoulder. And again, you might well feel the stretch running up that other side. Nice big breath. Let the head come up to center. Let the chin lift to the ceiling, and we're going to start to draw the head around like you're tracing around a clock face, like you're drawing a circle. And you'll feel yourself get into all the nooks and crannies here. Somewhere along your route, we'll change up our direction and we'll go around the other way. Doesn't that feel so good? One or two more, guys. And as you're ready, we'll just let the chin make its way down to the chest, and we'll pause here. Interlace your hands behind your head and then use that hand support to help lift the head up. From here, take those arms up to the ceiling and you can walk those feet together. Try and bring those knees together. And we're going to just let the arms slowly sweep up and around. Now here's where the strength work comes in, guys, because to keep the feet and the knees together, you really have to use a lot of your core strength. And that's good. We've got some sort of sustained abdominal work going on here. But make sure you can still breathe. You've not squeezed so tightly. If you need to release, take the legs out for a moment. You know, it's really just you watching you here, so you know when to back off. And then there's no ego to have to hold on to anything, because it's just your own personal progress. Let's change direction. Let's go the other way. The next time the arms go out in front, we're going to cross one arm over the other and just a nice big hug here. A nice big breath here. If you look down, you'll see one arm is over the other. So let's open those arms out wide and then wrap opposite arm over. There's a beautiful hug to be had here with yourself, guys, and let yourself go into the sensation and how that all feels by using a breath to travel into this moment. Let's part those feet again, nice and wide. Let's sweep the arms out in front of us. Now roll the arms away from each other and then sweep those hands around. Let's go into another yoga mudra extension. A nice big breath, belly strong. Let an ear tilt to a shoulder. Big breath, lift up and let the other ear go to the other shoulder. And just FYI, sugars, you know, these movements can always be done in a chair if it's too far to come down to the floor. If you've got loved ones sharing the video, play teacher for them and make it accommodating for their body. Let's breathe up. Let's release those arms all the way up and bring your hands down to your heart. Namaste, nice job. All right, let's travel into our downward dog. In downward dog, take a moment just to walk it out by lifting one heel, sinking the other. Remember, your head is coming through your arms. You're letting your head hang heavy here. You're looking towards the wall behind you, between the legs, or just down towards your toes. Nice big breath. One or two more, guys. And then sink those heels to the floor. Let's try a little arm strength. Can you bring one arm into that bind behind your back and breathe and hold and even smile? Bring the hand back down and then stabilize yourself. When you're ready, other side. Nice big breath, guys. Let the face relax. You've got this. Core strength. Hand comes back down. Regroup into your downward dog. From down dog, guys, let's get some more power. Belly pulls in and we're going to shift our weight forward. Maybe walk the feet back a little until you find your plank pose. In plank, let's get nice and strong here. Feel the power of your shoulders. We'll let the knees come down to the floor and then see if you can slowly lower yourself all the way down. Lay the legs out long, let everything sink into the floor, and then take those arms out into your sphinx. Push into the hands and grow up into your cobra pose. A lovely big breath in. Stay for that whole breath out. Ease yourself down Bring your hands into pillow top, bend into the knees. Let's windshield wipe. As you're ready, guys, let's lay those legs all the way down. Slip your fingers under your shoulders. Powerful movement. So use those belly muscles, use those arm muscles. Push yourself up. Let's come around to seated. Take a moment to just unwind any tension from the wrists, from the fingers. Doesn't that all feel so good? Okay, here we go. We're going to come down to the floor, finding Baddha Konasana. This is when the soles of the feet come together and the knees drop out to the sides. Maybe a little cushioning underneath those knees if this is a strong pose for you. Let's bring the hands to hold the elbows and think of drawing a circle. Again, drawing around that clock face. If you let your head roll with the arms, just slowly kind of following along, it stops you from squishing the nose as you go. But it is nice to kind of squish against the chest. It gives a beautiful massage against the front body. When you are ready, find a point to come to center and lower the arms overhead. Go for a really big, deep breath here. Big breath out. Now let's bring the arms back up in front of us. If you check those arms out, you'll see one arm kind of sits behind the other. That back arm, bring it as your front arm. Then maybe you can figure out the other way to circle and just go in your other direction for those circles, unless that just confuses the mind way too much. Change direction. Letting the arms land over the head. We'll reach the fingertips out long. Sweep the arms all the way around you. Help those knees together. Use those belly muscles to lift the feet and hug those knees in. Let's go for a massaging rock and roll across the back. We're going to roll all the way over onto one side and give yourself a little press to help ease yourself up. Okay guys, our last little treat. This is my long pillow. Maybe you've got something similar. If not, maybe you've got a blanket that you could just roll up until it's just in a nice long poof. So either or. And then here we go. We're going to come into our fish pose. So having that pillow up against you, you're going to lay yourself down. You can let your arms drop out. This creates a lovely expansion across the chest and a beautiful release into those shoulders. You can keep your feet on the floor like I've got here, and this just really helps to soften into the back. You might like those Baddha Konasana feet again, where the soles of the feet come together, maybe pillows underneath the knees, or lay the legs out long. Whatever feels good for you, right? Let yourself just marinate here for a moment. In tight shoulders, the chest can be constricted. So here, there's a beautiful opening across the chest. You'll feel this with the breath, because the breath is just able to travel so much more deeply You'll feel that there's more room for the heart to expand. Try and let everything soften here. Consciously release the feet. Consciously soften the shoulders. Maybe even rolling the neck feels pretty spectacular. Nice long breath here, guys, and then slowly, if they're not already there, slip your feet onto the floor. Bring your arms in a little bit closer. We're going to roll over onto our right side. We'll ease ourselves up to slide this pillow out. And then we're going to come all the way down, and we're setting up for Shavasana here. So grab any of your props that let you settle into absolute comfort. And the beauty, I guess, with home practice is that your Shavasana can be as long or as little as you would like. So make sure that you hold sacred space for yourself. I'll leave you to enjoy your Shavasana. Make sure that you take time to bless the practice when you come out. And I would love just to share a gorgeous card that my friend Kerry sent to me. And it's a lovely little mantra, pretty relevant for right now as well. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. Doesn't that make you feel lovely? So I hope that you're dancing in the rain, and I hope that you tune back in soon. Namaste. Thank you so much for all of your support, everybody. Love you lots. Bye-bye.